What's up, everybody? Welcome into post-show headlines, but this is the Birds pre-game plan edition as we get you set for Eagles-Bucs this Sunday, 1 o'clock at Raymond James Stadium. So what we do instead of 5 topics, we do 5 downs. The 5th one will be the bet, but the first 4 different topics that we think of. I'll start things off on first down,
Sure.
Johnny. The weather is obviously going to be a major talking point for all the pre-game shows here on The Fanatic, but also on Fox.
Except with Raider Frank, who says we're talking too much about the weather.
That's a guy that listens to the show.
He's crazy. Nuts.
It'll also be talked about during the game. You know, they'll show the big fans with the cool air blowing through.
They show the old temperature dial.
Yeah, they'll do that all.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
My question is, do you game plan accordingly? Like, hey, maybe we should not run the ball so much early because maybe later in the game the opposing team will be tired and we can try to run it down their throats. We know that Nick Sirianni's flying the team down a day early. Would you game plan accordingly?
I'm not sure how you game plan. Like, what would be more egregious as far as the heat? Is it to run block? Is it to pass block? Because I'd be more worried about the lines of scrimmage.
Sure.
More than I am the guys who... Because the Southerners, I'm not worried about them running in the heat. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, they practiced in the heat. They grew up in the heat. They understand it. So I don't know how you really game plan for it, but I would expect it's going to be an aerial attack out of the Eagles.
Okay. And look, you can game plan also guys on the field, like rotations.
And they're going to need
This is a bad time for Nolan Smith to unfortunately get hurt because you're going to want to rotate a lot of these guys so that you're actually getting a legit pass rush. Not just, hey, you're on the field to be one of the 11 guys. You're actually making an impact while you're on the field.
The Eagles are thin.
Yep.
So we'll see how they can do
it. All right,
it.
what's the second down topic?
Well, second down, it's funny is because it sort of plays to first half, second half. When we saw the first half last week, let's just say it wasn't pretty. It was an ugly first half for the Eagles against the Rams. And then in the second half, they go off, and it was a totally different kind of offense. If I'm to say to you right now, and I asked Andrew Pacheco this earlier on in the show today, what do you believe the offense is going to look like in the first half versus Tampa?
I think it's going to be good. I told you right away.
Yeah, but are they going to regress back to here's the slow plotting, very deliberate stuff? Or are they going to get aggressive like they did in the second half versus the Rams?
I thought the messaging was very clear from the players. It was very clear after the game. We got to stop playing not to lose. We got to start being more aggressive. A.J. Brown saying you got to let the killers go do their job.
So was this their offensive lineman meeting with Nick Sirianni at the bye week last year? Was this last week? Was that this moment?
I mean, look, this is a guess, right? I'm not a reporter.
Okay, right.
I'm not in the locker room. I'm not talking to Nick Sirianni off to the side. So this is just a guess. When you start putting things out like that publicly, that changes things. And sometimes publicly good, sometimes publicly bad, right? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, released by the Texans, was publicly talking about not being happy with his role. The Texans are 0-3. He gets out of there. Bryce Harper scoffing at the curveball machine that Gabe Kapler wanted to put out there. He got fired at the end of the season. It could be a positive public outcry of, hey, what we have been doing has not been working. They've been winning. But it has not been sustainable. Or could it be sustainable? A.J. Brown literally said after week 2, it's a fair question to ask. Then you saw them losing in the first half, and by the grace of God, coming back in the second half and winning that football game.
And you can't count on that kind of turnaround.
No, not all the time. And so they realized that. So I think that was, to your point, the public outcry. This is their moment. And so I expect it right away in the first half, and I need to see it in the first half.
I need to, too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, down number 3. It's amazing.
When you crack yourself up, I always know something good's coming.
Well, it's amazing that I brought it up on Tuesday.
Okay.
And we talked about it last week. Special teams has played such a factor already in this season for the Eagles.
Good and bad.
Good and bad. But the good, Braden Mann, I talked about it on Tuesday's Second Opinion segment. Nobody mentioned him Monday.
He was outrageous.
Big part of your win on Sunday against the Rams. I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm serious. Jake Elliott has made big kicks this year. Jordan Davis, NFC Special Teams Player of the Week, by the way, with the block kick. When it comes to special teams, you know when you have it good and you know when you have it bad. Do you ever look at them as a weapon, special teams as a weapon, or do you start wondering, well, why aren't we doing this right on offense, or why are we doing this poorly on defense?
I never think about it as a weapon.
Neither do I. Why, though? Because It's a big reason why they won last week.
It certainly
is. It's the reason. The block kick is the reason why they won.
It certainly is, because we don't see enough of where, hey, they're practicing blocking kicks.
Right.
So we don't see enough of it. Maybe DeCecco does, or something like that. But so you're not even thinking about those things. A lot of times with special teams, the only times that we ever notice them, talk about them or otherwise, is when they go bad.
Yeah.
We don't give them the kudos for all the things they do great. Man is a weapon.
Well, and in a game like this where it's going to be hot, and guys might get tired, Jake Elliott, I'm expecting an Elliott day. I'm not saying 4 field goals, but I'm saying like big kicks.
Right.
And plus with the heat, the ball will fly. And the fact that they can work the balls more this year, the kicking balls, I could 55 to 60 yarder.
You never know.
For Jake Elliott, plus the other kicker, McLaughlin or whatever.
He's had some bad problems.
The Arms of the Angels singer.
Yes.
He's having issues this year for the Bucs. So that's another good sign for Sunday.
Good stuff. Good work.
All right,
good work in their favor. All right, here's the one that I would just ask you is with Vic Fangio. Vic has blitzed much more than we saw him do last year.
Yes.
So he's being very, very, very aggressive. Could this be the bait and switch coming with Baker Mayfield this week? Baker Mayfield's a guy who has really caused the Eagles some problems.
He has.
He's been a bit of an issue. So could some of the stuff that we've seen, a lot of times they'll talk about the coaches lay traps.
Sure.
Could Vic Fangio have sort of laid a trap knowing that up ahead he's going to be facing Baker Mayfield and Bo Nix the next 2 weeks?
See, I look at it as...
Because they both had that gunslinger type of mentality. He's laid a lot of stuff out on tape, a lot of blitzes and things like that.
I look at it more game to game. And to me, the way I look at the last 2 weeks where he has blitzed more, right? Like the numbers are there. It wasn't that long ago you played the Chiefs.
It wasn't.
It wasn't that long ago you played the Rams. So why not give them a different look?
Okay.
Like that's how I look at it, right? Like it's like when you play your divisional teams twice a season. You don't want to do the exact same thing you did the last time you played them, or they'll be able to, figure that out and beat you. So I don't know if it's more bait and switch for this Sunday and next Sunday. I think it was more so Patrick Mahomes probably expects us to drop back into coverage. I'm going to attack this time. Matthew Stafford probably expects us to drop back into coverage. I'm going to attack this time. Now, Sean McVay had a good game plan to start the game.
He did.
He ran right into the blitz.
All day long.
Right.
But we never reacted till after half.
So maybe you don't want to be as aggressive this weekend because they're probably going to have to rely on Bucky Irving and Rachaad White a lot more, even if Chris Godwin is back. Like, Buka's a stud. He is.
But he even has
so many injuries.
He's nursing a groin.
Yes, he is.
That he could play, and he played on, but it's still not near 100%. So who knows with that? They may limit him, so it's not good.
All right, lastly, on 5th down, we always sort of talk about some bets that we like for this upcoming game. I love the Eagles in the game, and I have them covering the 3.5-point spread. I just do.
Do you ever slide your the over?
Yeah, every once in a while.
I love that. I would feel comfortable doing that this week.
I could see it 6, like a touchdown.
Set slide over 6.5.
Sure.
Make it so you win by 7.
I really like the Eagles in this game. I do think there was that moment in the second half where now that's the standard moving forward.
Light bulb.
The Eagles defense is still very, very good. Even without Nolan Smith, Zadarius Smith, hey, this is a 1 week. We're going to ask you to really go out there and play really hard or play longer, more snaps. So I like the Eagles defense in this game. I'll give you one bet that I like. I mentioned it to you on the air. Baker Mayfield, I like the guy.
I love him.
He's one of those guys that he's going to try to be Superman. His over-under for rushing yards is 17.5. If that pocket is collapsing, which it will, because the Buccaneers' offensive line is just riddled with injuries right now, I could see Baker trying to escape.
I think down the middle.
If you're losing, you're going to try to extend drives. His over-under is 17.5.
Oh, I'd go over that.
That's 2 first-down runs. You know what I mean? Sure. So that could be one 13-yard scamper and then a 5-yard run later on. So Baker Mayfield's over rushing yards, 17.5.
I like the anytime touchdown for Jalen Hurts, which I always like. And I like the anytime touchdown for Saquon Barkley. And so both of them put into any one of your bets. I use it on my BetParks app. I think would both be very beneficial to you.
All right, well, that's the Birds pregame plan. We won't be doing post-show headlines on Monday because you and I will be in Tampa.
But tune in to the show Monday morning. You'll hear our post-show headlines for 4 hours.
Yes, for 4 hours, and then maybe we'll do some Tuesday. Who knows? But we'll be back at it on Tuesday. Everybody have a great weekend. Go Birds, and we'll talk to you next week. Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas, host of Kincade and Salciunas. Just want to thank you for checking out all of our great videos that we have on our YouTube channel every single day. Make sure, if you can, please like and subscribe and check out all the videos that we have on our YouTube channel, whether it's for us, Kincade and Salciunas, of course, our midday show, as well as Unfiltered with Bill and Ricky.